Hello everyone, Kireth there. Now if you're excited about Gran Turismo 7, you've come to the right place. If you're looking for travel tips or fashion advice or something, you're in the wrong video. I don't know how you got here, you can leave. But Gran Turismo 7, I've been pouring through the trailers, the materials posted online, and I found 10 things you probably missed. 10 things you probably don't know about Gran Turismo 7 that are hidden away in the trailer and the materials. Some of these are properly exciting. Like really exciting. So we're going to get into it, but if there's anything that you found that's not in this video, do let us know in the comments. And maybe I'll include it in the next one and credit you. But let's get straight into this. Number one is going to be a potential new track in Gran Turismo 7. And it's going to be in the footage that you're watching right now. Somewhere in this footage, there is a big hint about a new track. Keep watching. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Well, it's already been shown. We have to go backwards, go back in time. And I'm going to show you the frame where this appears. Here we go. A decal for Adria International Raceway. What is Adria International Raceway? Well, I had to Google it. This is Adria International Raceway. It is a proper FIA certified racetrack. And look at it, it's a proper pucker racetrack. The exact sort of racetrack that could be in a Gran Turismo game. Why would Polyphony release a trailer with a decal for Adria International Raceway in it? I think this is an absolutely huge hint. Absolutely huge hint this could be a new track in Gran Turismo 7. We know there's going to be over 90 tracks. So we know there's going to be more tracks to come. Right, thing number two. The full GTLM GTE car. This is the, if you're into your IMSA, your WEC, this is the car that Ford developed to mark the 50th anniversary of winning Le Mans 24 Hours in 1966. And they won Le Mans in this car in 2016. Now this is huge for a few reasons. It's a GTE car. These are my favourite cars to race in iRacing. I love driving GTE cars in iRacing. You can see in the top right here, it's going to be a Group 3 car in GT7. How are they going to drive? How are they going to replicate the no ABS in GTE? I've spoken about this a lot in Gran Turismo Sport, how I would love for there to be some more sport mode no ABS races. Well, a GTE car is going to be in Gran Turismo 7. So what's going to happen? I'll take a look. Now, the dynamic weather indicator. Take a look at the bottom left of the screen there. You've got a circle with 100 in it. It's going to go down to 93 now. Right at the end of the clip you saw. We'll zoom in so you see more closely. This tells us there is going to be dynamic weather in Gran Turismo 7. Now, I do have a few concerns about this. I have a few concerns about this in terms of the difference between dynamic weather, variable weather, kind of global weather effects. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video because I need the space and time to let you know what my concerns are here, and that's something I'm actually really worried about. But there is going to be some level of dynamic weather in Gran Turismo 7. We'll have the indicator here, so you'll be able to see when the track has less grip and decide whether to pit for dry weather tyres or take different lines accordingly. Now, the next thing, already on to thing number 4. Look at that red car popping out ahead of the GTR. That is the Alfa Romeo 155 DTM, all the way back from 1993, I believe. Yeah, I think it even says on the indicator there. I used to have a scale model of this car when I was younger. I'm not a massive car nerd, I'm more into racing. But this car is a very special car. And it's going to be in Gran Turismo 7. It's a car that I actually can't wait to drive. Does it mean there's going to be more DTM cars in Gran Turismo 7? I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it's just one from a era that's now 30 years old. So we'll have to see. Thing number 5. Look at that car going underneath the Gran Turismo 7 logo. That looks a lot like a Group 4 Toyota Supra. If you play a lot of GT Sport, that looks a lot like a Group 4 Toyota Supra. Why is that an interesting thing? Every other car is a Group 3 car. Does this mean we are going to see in Gran Turismo 7 actual multi-class racing in sport mode? Obviously, you can do this in lobbies, but I can tell you from experience, I've run it with the community, it's a pain for us to run multi-class in open lobbies. If this comes to sport mode, potentially huge. Now, a little bit of a bonus one here. Pick this up from GT Planet. I'll put the name of the person who found it in the description. The car behind, I believe this is a Skyline R32. The car behind it looks a bit like a Gen 4 NASCAR. A bit like a Gen 4 NASCAR. Now we're going thick and fast here. No mileage exchange. If you have a look at the HUD, the in-game HUD in this trailer, there is no mileage exchange. No more having to wait to get your certain pace. No more just mileage exchange credits or whatever maxed out. Forget that. It's done. The mileage exchange is dead. Right. This is one of the things most talked about in the comments to my previous videos on GT7. I said that I didn't know too much about livery editor and how much is different, but the big thing people are telling me is this. You can now edit the windows. And that thing in the middle is a screenshot from a different press release for GT7. So you can now edit the windows in the livery editor. Potentially huge. Run me some tints and stuff like that. Right, next thing here I'm going to talk about again is from an outside press release. Potentially huge, depending on your viewpoint and things. Online connection is going to be required for Gran Turismo 7 campaign mode. Online connection required. So if you're not online, you won't be able to play Gran Turismo 7 campaign mode. Now, my personal circumstances are that this doesn't really affect me because I have an internet connection. But considering the trailer paid so much homage to old Gran Turismo games, I'm playing it in the background here, it is going to be strange that you won't be able to take this disc and know that you can play this game in 10, 20 years time because the servers will probably switched off. And for a game that's about car collection and car history, and the fact that you can take your PS1 disc of Gran Turismo or Gran Turismo 2 and play it, you won't be able to do that with Gran Turismo 7 because it's online only, online requirement for campaign mode. So, controversial one. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Is it a big deal? Now, I know for me personally, as I've said, it shouldn't affect me, but I want to understand it if it's a bigger issue for people in the community, so do let me know. Right, we're going to go on to the last thing that you may have missed. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Do feel free to absolutely destroy that like button and also subscribe for the road to Gran Turismo 7 so you don't miss a thing. I'm on top of everything Gran Turismo 7 related, and I'll relate it back to you. But the last thing you may have missed, now look at the HUD at the top here. No reference to DR, no reference to SR. And if you look through both of the trailers that we've had so far and the materials online, there is hardly any reference to Gran Turismo Sport Mode at all. FIA Championships, daily races, there's basically no reference to it. There's a lot of reference about the cars, over 420 cars, 90 tracks, GT Cafe, changing your oil, stuff like that, all the kind of single player aspects. There's hardly any mention of online. And as someone who dearly, dearly loves the online racing in Gran Turismo Sport, I advocate it time and time again as the best online racing on console. That makes me sad. So we'll have to see if anything gets released in the near future about sport mode stuff in Gran Turismo 7. But on that slightly sad bombshell, I'll see you next time.